Breaking news. The Raiders reveal who their favorite quarterback is to go after on draft day. Stay until the end of the video and find out who the 3 quarterbacks are in Antonio Pierce's sights. The Raiders will prioritize a QB who can take the ball deep to Adams, a QN who brings us stability. Subscribe to the channel to receive all the information about the Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders have a chance to emerge from the 2024 NFL Draft with their franchise quarterback of the future in tow. After moving on from Jimmy Garoppolo earlier this offseason and signing Gardner Minshew to a contract that will pay him $25 million over the next 2 years, there's a chance the 27-year-old journeyman could be a bridge to the quarterback Las Vegas drafts as its logo. At number 24 overall in this month's draft, there are recent rumors indicating that the Raiders will pick University of Washington Heisman Trophy finalist Michael Penix Jr. in the first round after trading back to the Dallas Cowboys. Raiders go small and make Michael Penix Jr. 5th QB off the board in first round. He's the best deep ball shooter in this year's draft class. Very experienced player for 6 years. I have Davante Adams, and now I have a quarterback who can get him the ball more than 30 points? That was a no-brainer for me. Penix Jr. had the best season of his college career in 2023, leading the Huskies to a berth in the college football playoff and an appearance in the national championship game. Last season, Penix Jr. passed for 4,903 yards with 36 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, while showing some mobility by rushing for 3 touchdowns. As the Raiders look for long-term stability at quarterback, Penix Jr. could be the ideal choice, especially if he isn't forced into action right away. NFL.com's Lance Zierlein compares Penix Jr. to Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, even though it will take some time for the University of Washington standout to reach his potential. Penix will be a 24-year-old rookie with a history of season-ending injuries at Indiana and impressive production at Washington. The Huskies' offensive design helped organize Penix's coverage, allowing it to launch a greater number of intermediate and deep passes. He plays with intelligent mobility and a desire to get away from the football, which makes it difficult to dismiss him. His delivery is packaged and his release point is very low, but his monster game against Texas showed impeccable touches. Penix has plenty of arm, but needs to work on more consistent timing between numbers to eliminate unnecessary contested shots. Over his 6 collegiate seasons, Penix Jr. recorded 13,741 passing yards with 96 touchdowns and 34 interceptions, and if he can put his injury woes behind him, he offers some serious upside at the NFL level. Pro Football Focus points out that Penix Jr. led the nation in rushing yards with 1,787 in 2023, which could make him the perfect quarterback to pair with Davante Adams in the Raiders' offense. It remains to be seen whether the Raiders will prioritize adding a quarterback, but head coach Antonio Pierce has done extensive work on this year's class. We interviewed most of the guys at the Combine and had some great conversations with them, Pierce told reporters during the NFL annual meeting in Orlando, Florida. J.J. McCarthy, you're talking about a national champion, a winner. So I don't know how he's not in the top 3, to be honest. And then you look at Bo Nix. I mean, what is it? 61 career starts? Come on, man. This is crazy. Played against Justin Herbert. So if you get a kid like that, well, he's already done that. That's great. But there is a very talented group, even Michael Penix Jr., leading his boys to a national championship with the University of Washington. So, to be honest, yes, you want a certain quarterback. You have your eye on 1, 2, or 3, but I don't think you can go wrong in this year's draft with any of these guys right now. Do they work? I don't know. It's the adjustment. That's when they are brought in. It's the system. A lot of things come into play. Las Vegas may not be within reach of the top 3 quarterbacks in this year's class, but it's clear the Raiders have at least considered the idea of drafting one in the first round. So, to be honest, yes, you want a certain quarterback, Pierce says. You have your eye on 1, 2, or 3, but I don't think you can go wrong in this year's draft with any of those guys right now. Do they work? I don't know. It's the adjustment. That's when they are brought in. It's the system. A lot of things come into play.